Welcome back to the World Instant Noodles Championships. Previously, we taste tested 8 of the most popular instant noodles in the world, where the legendary Indomie came out on top. But many of you said that I left out some big names or used the wrong variant. So today we are back with 8 more, arguably more delicious instant noodles. We'll be using the same format, first scoring them for taste and texture in a group stage where only the top 6 will go through. They will then go head to head in a playoff bracket where I have to choose a winner in each matchup. Rules: 1. Taste and texture are scored up to 5 points each. 2. I can only take 1 mouthful of noodle each time. And lastly, all of the noodles will be cooked according to the instructions on the packet. Even though any instant noodle connoisseur worth the MSG knows to always go less water. You can find all of the noodles featured today by clicking through on any of the links in the video description. It'll bring you to Shopee. I'll indicate how much I paid for the noodles, but you guys know that the prices for instant noodles can vary. Be sure to check out if there are any flash deals or Shopee vouchers that you can use before buying. Without further ado, let's start with the defending champions, Indomie. You might be wondering, why are we doing Indomie again, Eldrick? Because last round, some of you told me that I used the wrong one. The Indomie with Mi Segera in the front comes from Malaysia, whereas I should be using the one from the home country, Indonesia, where it will say Mi Instant instead. I'm not confident at all that I'll be able to taste the difference, but we'll try. What we really liked about Indomie the last time was the shallot oil, but when preparing it, the shallot oil looked like burnt shallot oil, man. This is so aggressive. This is like the burnt bits you have in the wok when you deep fry something. So, Indomie, you know the rules, only 1 mouthful, okay? The champ. To repeat what we said in the last installment, the flavor oil is just calibrated so well. And to set the tone for the new episode, my benchmark of good instant noodles is the instant noodles that taste the least like instant noodles. The use of their dark soy sauce with the shallot oil is so fragrant, it's so alive, it can pass off as a freshly prepared mee goreng at a mamak store. But the big question is, can I taste the difference between this and the Malaysian version? Maybe side by side I can, but from memory, I cannot. It's still as good. What I will say is that similar to the Malaysian version, this would score very high marks. Texture, I'll give it a 4.1. Taste, I'll give it a 4.8. This, I imagine, is the bar to beat, which, looking at today's lineup, I think we will have a better chance. Because the next instant noodle is also something that I got wrong. The Nong Shim Black. Black does not stand for black pepper or black truffle. It is simply, like Johnny Walker, a label indicating the prestige. This is supposed to be the more atas or premium version, if you will. On paper, it says that it comes with a better bone broth, but let's see. I also got this very cute golden pot. It makes Korean noodles taste nicer, in my opinion. Let's give this a go. Oh, wow, I really got it wrong. Wow. I glazed Shin ramen quite a bit in the last episode, but after having a few bites like you all saw, Shin ramen comes across quite flat. This solves that problem. That difference in broth between Shin ramen and Jin ramen that we had in the previous episode, this is the answer. You can feel that there's a deeper, meatier flavor to it, which really helps this a lot. I cannot say for sure if there's a difference in the noodles, because the basic red Shin ramen is already pretty good, but these noodles are good as well. Given a choice, I'll choose the black over the normal any day. It's not even a difference in flavor, it's just a better flavor. I'll give the texture a 4.3, the taste a 4.5. This is very nice, which gives us an 8.8. Also another hard hitter. I'm pretty convinced. I don't think I'll buy the basic one anymore. Oh, but wait, this is quite expensive, This is $2.20, whereas the normal one the other time was about $1. Wow, this is more than twice the price. But to me, it definitely tastes nicer. And for the next noodles, when I raved so much about Indomie the last time, some people weren't happy because I didn't bring up Rival B, a close competitor to the Indomie. The Mi Sedaap. It has the same loadout as the Indomie, the 3 sauces. Their shallot oil looks more reasonable. Really nice even shade of caramelization, very nice brown to it. But let's see how it goes up against the goat. Same brews, 1 mouth. Wow. The texture is almost identical. The flavor is very similar. But the thing that is different is the shallots. This one just tastes a tiny bit more real. Wow. I don't believe it. I prefer this to the Indomie, at least at this moment. That's my sensing as of now. I really want to see this in the playoffs. I need to have this again. So, texture similarly, I'll give a 4.1. Taste, I'll give a 4.9. Indomie fans, relax. This is just the group stage. I want this to go up against the Indomie later. And for the next instant noodles, or the next 3 instant noodles, we have a 3-way. I don't know what is it about the recipe, but it seems that Laksa is a very popular choice for good instant noodles, and is one that you all recommended a lot. So the next 3 are all curry / Laksa instant noodles. We start with Mamee Chef, curry Laksa flavor. Very curly noodles, nice orange color with the chili oil separating. Smells good. It even has like cut chili. Let's give this a go. We are back to having instant noodles. The first 3 are just in a league of their own. Well, it's nice, slightly spicy, savory, interesting texture on the noodles. That artificial instant noodle taste is very apparent in this. It might be coming from the noodles, it might be the base, but this is what I would define as normal instant noodles. I know it's not a reasonable request, wanting instant noodles that don't taste like instant noodles, but it is something that the great instant noodles are able to do. Texture, this gets a 3.7. Taste, this gets a 3.5. Next up, probably the national pride of Singapore. If we were to send a Singaporean instant noodles for a competition, this would be the one. The Prima Taste Laksa Lamian, coming in at a whopping $4.20 per packet. This is kinda cheating because this is almost close to fresh meat laksa. You can see that the packaging here, this is not dried ingredients, this is almost an actual rempah. And then very curiously, the other bag of white powder, I think it's made out of dehydrated coconut milk. So you can see where the $4.20 goes. On top of that, you also have seemingly very high quality noodles, Lamian according to them. Although it's a bit ironic because like laksa refers to laksa noodles, that slippery rice noodles. So enough yap, let's give this a go. Oh no. Honestly, in a blind taste test, I will not be able to tell that this is instant noodles. What a flavor. The rempah feels fresh, the coconut milk is so present, it really brings you away from instant noodles because coconut milk is not something that you normally would have in instant noodles. It brings up the cost too much. But here there's so much of it. The noodle is so lemak. I've always said that laksa is like mee lemak. The noodles, very nice texture, cooked very well. I don't know who cooked it. But the texture, not the taste, is like yellow noodles that have been cooked to a T. It still has a little bit of bite. This might be one of the most impressive instant noodles that I've ever had. Texture, I'll give it a 4.5. Taste, I'll give it a 5. No hint that this is instant noodles. Obviously, some of you like laksa, some of you don't. But again, my yardstick is how little it tastes like instant noodles. And this is completely incognito. A reminder that this doesn't mean anything yet, because in the head-to-head, I'll just choose the one that I want to eat. And now, to another classic, one of the most culturally significant instant noodles in Singapore, the Maggi Curry. Our cheapest noodle today at 50 cents a packet, and also the most quick cooking at 2 minutes. It smells just like curry powder, so it might be unfair to them to be placed after the Prima taste, but this is exactly what I'm talking about when it's an instant noodle that tastes instant. Don't let me tell you what is nice or not nice. If you enjoy this, by all means, please continue eating it. There was a time where I'll be very happy eating this at night, but according to my yardstick, this is the furthest thing there is. Texture wise is decent, I'll give it a 3. Taste, I'll give it a 2.5. The broth is flat, salty, and just taste of curry powder, not much else going for it. This is a textbook instant noodle. So, let's move on to the next one. We have Kang Shifu with Xiang La Noodle Mian, spicy beef noodles. I didn't add a China brand to the previous round, so this round I wanted to do it, and this was the most recommended one. Smell wise, it tastes the most different. There's a really unique like spice scent to it. I see. It tastes like the cheap version of the noodles that you might get along the streets of China. There's this very distinctive taste of 5 spice and chili oil, I wanna say. Texture wise is pretty mid. It seems like a pretty typical noodle. So I'll give it a 3.5. Taste wise is different, but not particularly impressive. I'll give it a 3.7. And now, on to the last, but certainly not the least. In the last video, I made a YouTube shorts about the Pancit Canton, and at the time of filming, it garnered over 1.5 million views. With bulk of the comments telling me that the variant that I should really try is the Chilimansi. So presumably, a little bit of spice added to it. This is from the same brand Lucky Me, and we also have the same problem. What is this? But anyway, one mouthful, I need to try not to finish it. Wow. This is our 8th instant noodles and we have had some really good bites today. That was the best one. The Pancit Canton, the previous one, had a very simple idea, savouriness with a bit of acidity to brighten everything. Now with just a touch more spiciness to warm up your palate a little bit, this is the best I can imagine an instant noodles tasting. It still tastes instant, there's not much depth of flavour, but the way the flavours work with each other is so synergistic. The only drawback is that the texture of the noodles is pretty predictable. So texture it gets a 4.1, taste it gets a 5. What a flavour, oh my. And that concludes the group stage. At first place, we have Prima Taste Laksa. At second, Pancit Canton Chilimansi. So these two will be seeded in the semi-finals. At third place, we have Sedaap. Fourth place, Indomie, followed by Shin Black, and a tie between Mamee Chef and Kang Shifu, of which I prefer Kang Shifu a little bit more. So Maggi Curry and Mamee Chefs are disqualified, which brings us to the quarterfinals. On my left, I have the Indomie, on my right the Sedaap, and the bite that I really wanted to compare after the Sedaap is another bite of Indomie. So, and then the Sedaap. Winner of the first round of the quarterfinals is Sedaap. The shallot flavour is stronger, is more pronounced, the base is almost identical, but it is these shallots that shines through. While I chose the Sedaap, I have to say that the difference is minimal. You serve me any of these and you tell me it's the other, I wouldn't be able to tell. The blueprints of both flavours are so similar. I wonder if Sedaap has a Malaysian and Indonesian version as well. But Sedaap goes through to the next round. Let's move on to the next quarterfinals. On my left, the Shin Black. On my right, Kang Shifu. Let's go back for the Shin Black again. Wow. It's almost like a beef fat flavour, a tallow flavour on it. This is a significant upgrade from the Shin Red or Shin Classic. I know the result might be predictable, but still. Yep. Regardless of which style you like, the quality of the Shin Black is just higher, way higher. As such, the Shin Black goes on to the semi-finals. Straightforward, let's move on. Now we're talking. The Pancit Canton Chilimansi against the Sedaap. The battle of the best dry noodles today, perhaps. Let's give this a go. Wow, sheesh, I need to break the rule, sorry. If anything, whoever wins today, I want to say that this is the most addictive bite of instant noodles I've ever had. What a flavour. Going up against the new GOAT, Sedaap. I've played these games before. It's the exact same question I asked when I had Pancit Canton and Indomie the last time. One has a sharper, clearer idea, clearly more addictive, but simpler. One is more all-rounded, has a better fragrance. It's just a more real dish. Wow. This is the toughest decision I have to make today. Winner of the first semi-finals is the Chilimansi. The addictiveness is no joke. The flavor profile is so magnetic. It's the only one that I broke the rule for today. At least so far. It might be a case of like if I had this again tomorrow, I might choose a different winner. But for today, it's the Chilimansi. Moving on to the finals. But first, our second semi-finals. On my left, the Shin Black. On my right, the Prima Taste Laksa Lamian. I just had the Shin Black, so let's alternate it with the Prima Taste. Now that it's a bit cooler, the coconut milk is almost like thicker, more creamy, more obvious, and it does so much for the dish. Like even tossing it around like this, it almost feels like a carbonara. But the Shin Black is good as well, so... I'll repeat again, the Shin Black has a significant beef flavor. The more I eat it, the more I realize what a step up it is from the Shin Classic. If you all love the Shin Classic, you all must try the Shin Black. That's it. Winner of the second semi-finals is the Prima Taste Laksa. This coconut milk base is incredible. It really does not feel like instant noodles at all. In fact, it might give a lot of the laksas out there a run for their money. Having done a whole series on laksa, I can probably name you 2 or 3 laksas that are better than this, but not much after that. Which then leads us to the finals. The 2 best instant noodles today are the Pancit Canton Chilimansi and the Prima Taste Laksa Lamian. Winner of the World Instant Noodles Championships is Prima Taste Laksa Lamian. The more I eat it, the more I cannot believe that this came out of a packet cooked in 7 minutes. It really does feel like I'm at the hawker center digging into a hot bowl that I just queued up for, and a good hawker at that. I don't know how they insta-fight it, but this would be able to cure so much homesickness, I imagine. Is it a little bit unfair being 4 times, 8 times the price of the other instant noodles? Sure, exercise your own discretion, but if I were to choose one instant noodles that I want to have tonight out of the 8 that we had, it will be the Prima Taste Laksa Lamian. Again, you can find all of the instant noodles featured in the links below. Click on it and it will bring you to Shopee. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and hopefully you found some new instant noodles to try. If there are any other instant noodles that you think can be compared with what we just tasted, leave it in the comments below. But for now, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.